Columbus Day, as you know, recalls the historic landing of Christopher Columbus in the Americas, 1492. A sailor on board sighted land early in the morning of this day in that year, and with that, a new era of European exploration and expansion to the Americas began. The next day, the 90 crew members of the 3-ship fleet ventured onto one of the islands in the Bahamas and ended that voyage that began 10 weeks earlier in Spain. Speaking of Columbus, I'm proud to say that I'm a fourth-degree Knight of Columbus. You know, the Knights are the world's largest fraternity of men, founded by Father McGivney in 1882, and named in honor of, obviously, Christopher Columbus. At Catholic TV, in our parishes and dioceses, the Knights provide tremendous support and great example. They always have. But I digress. Let's take a few moments just to consider today's gospel. After all the miracles that Jesus had performed among these people, people still pressed Jesus for a sign. Like those signs were not enough. But they wanted proof that he is the Messiah. And Jesus' answer was that no sign would be given except the sign of Jonah. And that underscores, I think, a couple of things. First of all, the lack of faith at that time. It prevented many people from recognizing that right there before them was the Son of God, Jesus himself, the greatest sign of all. Secondly, as Jonah stayed 3 days in the belly of the whale, so Jesus stay in the grave, in the tomb, and then his resurrection on that first Easter would set apart a whole new generation of God's chosen people. Like the people of Nineveh, salvation would come to countless future generations, that includes us, who never witnessed the miracles of Jesus. No proof or miracle will ever suffice for people who are not disposed to believe the truth. However, no sign is necessary for those like you and me who have faith in Jesus Christ, even if that faith is just the size of a mustard seed. His word is enough for us, and our own personal attempt to live holy lives stands before others as a testimony to Jesus' saving power in our midst. On this holiday, Columbus Day, again, I look to the Knights of Columbus locally and the Knights throughout the nation as a living testimony of that presence of the risen Christ in our midst. And together, we are fed today with his body and blood so that we can continue our journey of faith and by the witness of our lives draw family members and friends and strangers alike to recognize what the crowd and the gospel simply could not.